and welcome to the next Build Your X-Wing video, where we will be looking at issues 33 and 34 a little bit later. But I just want to say hello to start this video. How are you? Yesterday, England came out of lockdown, I guess. Still social distancing, but yes, out of lockdown. So pubs are open, barbers are open. You know, we dropped the kids off at the park to kind of have a little get together, and there's loads of queues for the barbers, which was really bizarre to see. And they were men, and most of them were balding, but I don't really know why you'd queue for a haircut. My hair is actually grown back. I'm just looking at the viewfinder. I could actually probably put some product in this now. So that has been three months, 100 odd days of growth. So I'm happy that lockdown is over, and when I do go out properly, I have a full head of hair again. I actually did go out yesterday for the first time. We as a family have decided that we're not actually going to go out fully. I don't have to go out for work, go into an office for work. I can work from home, so I'm lucky. But we're not really going to go out to restaurants or pubs or anything like that till at least the end of July, because we're expecting some kind of second wave. But you know, people have been getting bored during lockdown, and we've been buying more stuff, and that extra petrol money saved has gone towards stuff like clothes, and some clothes don't fit when we get through the post. So I had to go to the post office yesterday to return some clothes, and I did fashion a rather wonderful mask that my wife's best friend's mother made for us. It's actually made out of the bunting, leftover bunting that was at our wedding, which is pretty cool. I've got an example here. It's not that gorgeous Spider-Man one you saw. This is a Game of Thrones mask, looking very nice indeed. And what she's done is, in a little hole here, you put a little kind of coffee filter to add more protection rather than just the mask. Now, going out in one of these proved to be very enlightening to me. So what I want to talk to you before we get started on the build is some Chris Falcon mask wearing tips.
Chris Falcon's mask wearing tips.
I've paused for a jingle there. I'm not sure whether I will add a jingle. I'm not sure I've got time to make a jingle. Anyway, tip number one is make sure you have fresh breath. Clean your teeth. Use mouthwash, because I went out for 15 minutes just around the corner to the post office, and it was already getting quite stuffy in this kind of with this kind of material kind of mask. What I am tempted to do is, along with the coffee filter, do you remember those little strips of mint that you can get, you put on the tongue and they dissolve away? I might put one of them in the hole so that it is actually smelling quite fresh for the length of time you wear it. Now, I did brush my teeth beforehand, but I imagine if you haven't, or if you've got bad breath, this is going to get really uncomfortable really quickly. So tip number one, make sure you have fresh breath. Tip number two is, well, it's not really a tip. If you have to wear glasses and you wear one of these, your vision's gone. They steam up so quickly. I had to clean my glasses 3 times on the way there, 4 times on the way back, just to wipe them so I could see. So that is a bit of a design flaw. So I'm not really sure yet how to counteract that. But just be wary, if you are going to put one of these on just for a drive and you haven't tried it yet and you wear glasses, your glasses are going to steam up. So I wouldn't recommend you do that, or you know, find a way to make it so that the glasses sit over the mask so they don't steam up. Or maybe that way, I don't know. I need to experiment. Tip number 3, it's not really a tip, well, it is a tip. If you are finding that these parts are hurting the back of your ears from wearing them a long time, order yourself a bigger mask if you can, and then do this. Get a little Spider-Man Marvel Legend attaching to the back of the mask to pull the material away from your ears and around Spidey's hands, and it recreates that awesome scene from Spider-Man 2 where he is stopping the train. Now, I have tried to do this, but this Game of Thrones mask is too small for me to do it. And his hands keep popping off. So, it really hurts. See? Oh, his hand popped off. And that's just a disaster. So that's not really a tip, is it, really? That's more trouble than it's worth. If it is hurting the back of your ears, again, I don't really know how to solve that. Sorry. So that is 1 tip and 2 mask-wearing facts there from Chris Falcon. I'm not going to put in a jingle for that, because That's a bit of a waste of time. Let's not waste any more time. Now let's look at what comes in issue 33 and issue 34 of this X-Wing build. We are looking at the third wing again, more specifically the laser cannon inside the third wing. And the first piece you'll need is this piece here, which is the top of the laser cannon. You'll also need this LED, and we've done this before twice already. You just push that LED in there so it sticks out really quite far, like that. You will then need to get these two pieces here, and they clip together like that, but you'll need to do it around the wire, like so. Oops. Make sure that they match. Is that the right way? Yep, there we go. So just put that in. Make sure it doesn't get caught on the sides or on that central peg. There we go. And then we just aim up the nozzles and push it in like that. And you got it in there like that. Let me just zoom out a bit. We then get this part here, which we just thread this wire through, and there's a little notch just there and a little peg just there, and just line them up and push them on. Now this one also has a little notch there and a little peg there, and it also has a little hole here for the wire, so the wire is actually going to go out at this point, and we just push that part in there like that, with the wire coming out there like that, nice and safe, and that part looking like that. The final part of this laser cannon is just getting these two parts here and just popping them together. We don't have to worry about putting any wires through it because there's no wires to go through. Again, a notch on there, peg on there, and just push that in there. Make sure that is all the way in, because these two pegs will need to line up to the outer casing of this laser cannon. So let's just get that here. We've got this part here, and we've got this part here. I've gone ahead already and painted it black here so that the light doesn't emit through the gap. And on this one here, you see there is 3 holes. Ignore that hole, it's just these 2 holes we are after. And also we are after so the wire will come out of that hole there, so it needs to be this way. So we've got the bulb facing outwards around this black area here. We just pin it in these 2 spots like so. Bring the other casing in, making sure the wire is in that hole, and that just goes together like that. And then to secure it all together, we get this part that we got in earlier issue. Just pop that in there all the way down, and that part is secure. And then to secure it on the other side, no, we don't secure it just yet. What we first need to do is put this aside for now. We're moving on to issue 34 parts technically. What we need to do is we get this part here, this part here, and this part here, and this part here, and this is the end of the laser turret. So we need to get this part here, which is the sticking out part. You see there's a little groove there for this rectangle. I just place that in there so it sits flush along there, and then close it up on this side. Ow, got my skin caught there, like that. And then we've got this little notch here for putting this part on. I'm going to put that part on a little later because it always comes off. I need to attach it with glue. We also need to put in this, I'll just show you, it's kind of just a see-through part there. It just pops onto the end of this part there to shine that red light through. And of course, to get the red light from the bulb to the end of the turret is through this wire here. So we just push this wire in there like that, making sure it's sitting flush, and then we just build up the laser turret. So the first thing we will need is this part here, and you just find the hole. There we go. Push this wire in as far as it can go. Angle this round. So you see it's got a D shape here and a D shape hole here. And that just angles round in there. And then for these 2 little sprue parts, they fit into these holes. There. Oh, that one's been bent out slightly. There we go. So that just fits in there like that. Then we get the laser gun. And we just pop this wire through. Hey, it went through all in one first time. That's quite unusual. Oh, that's nice and tight there. Good. Just push that on. Let me zoom out just a little more so you can see what I'm doing. And then we just need to push this wire through this hole here. And then push the end in like that. Oh! And you see the wire actually stuck right through that plastic part has gone walkies. I don't think I pushed the fibre optic back far enough down here. So I'm going to have to go and do that off camera, I believe. But that is what the laser cannon will sort of look like when it's all done. The third one, looking very, very nice indeed. It doesn't even fit on camera. It does ever so slightly, actually. There we go. And I do love this pattern. I do love this pattern on it. It does add something. Really very nice indeed. So I'm just going to put this aside for now. That's the first half of the video done. And if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. Giving this video a like really helps the channel out and helps me out. So thank you very much for doing that. And we are now moving on to the second part of this video, or the third if you count in the talking part at the start. And we are looking again at the main body of the X-Wing with this gorgeous extension here. We are going to make this part extra secure this time with these two parts. One for the middle and one for the end. So just flip it over like that. Let me just zoom in to the tip of the X-Wing here. You'll see that there is a screw hole there and a screw hole there. You'll need it resting in this groove here and this groove here like that. So the screw holes go through there like that. And then moving further up, it's kind of hard to see. But you see there's a little notch there and a little screw hole there. Same on that side. And that is for this piece. Let's just zoom out a bit again. And this piece is really nice to add on because it makes it the right width that it needs to be. So if you just put it in there like that, you'll screw that on. And then these two are the right height and the right width that they're meant to be with this extra support down here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw these parts down now. And me going it over twice there with the extra thick screwdriver not only gave you more time to listen to some wonderful music by Samuel Kim, but also made sure that these screws are really, really, really tightly in, because if this framework is wobbly or loose at any point, then I think that could spell disaster for the rest of the build. And actually, it is still quite loose on this one. So I might get some thread lock on this as well, just to really make sure that that is tight. There we go. Now we're going to, obviously these holes are going to have more framework going in as well to add that extra layer of security to it, but I just need to make sure that that is strong and stable. Whoa, sorry. So the rest of the X-Wing build doesn't fall apart. Unfortunately, now that it's raised, it is slightly at an angle, which is a bit worrying. But there we go. It's only for another 2 weeks, because that is the end of this video. Now I am just going to end this video by showing you what this turret looks like all lit up. I have put the end on correctly, and the battery is working. It looks very, very nice. It's nice to have all 3 laser cannons working so far, so that is really, really nice. And it's always nice to end a video with some light up features, because I think this X-Wing is going to look absolutely gorgeous when it is all lit up. So that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. I'll be back in 2 weeks' time for the next lot of X-Wing issues 35 and 36. I haven't yet got 36 through. I've only got 35, but I have been charged for the next 5 issues, so hopefully there won't be any delay on next week's video, but I will keep you posted if there is. Until then, guys, keep safe, keep distracted, take care, bye bye.